What's going on, you guys, and welcome to another video. It's been an awesome week. It's 4th of July week. Got to spend some extra time in the mountains here. This past Saturday, my training partner and I got to do an amazing 15-mile run in Devil's Thumb. That's in Nederland, Colorado. Super sick views and always one for the books. On 4th of July, another one of my training partners and I got to go to Mount Bierstadt, which is one of the 14ers here in Colorado, for an annual time trial where we hit another PR for the 3rd year in a row. And I mentioned this in my Instagram earlier this week that just because we're getting older doesn't mean we can't be getting stronger or faster. As long as we continue to maintain our health and push ourselves a little bit each time, I'm a firm believer that we can continue to grow, whether that's with athletic performance, overall health, or longevity. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 most common challenges that folks face when it comes to starting and maintaining their fitness regimen. The way that I ranked this was that I asked folks on my Instagram just trying to understand what challenges they were facing and stack rank them against the ones that I was hearing the most. So to kick things off with number 1, which is long work hours. I did a quick Google search and just saw that the average American works 40 hours a week. Now, I'm a big structure guy and I kind of like to think about numbers. So if we look at a 24-hour day, we have 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours to work. That gets us up to 16, leaving 8 hours open. Let's say we eat 3 meals a day, 1 hour each. So that takes up 3 more hours. We'll allocate another hour to commuting and we'll put another hour out there for cleaning around the house and just stuff that we need to do there. Now, I know that we're not robots and just go from thing to thing to thing autonomously. So I left a 3-hour window there. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions that I hear folks saying is that they feel like they need to be working out for an hour or 90 minutes. And you could totally have a bullshit workout that lasts that long. You can get a really good quality workout in 30 minutes. So let's focus on that for a second. Let's say we want to allocate 6 30-minute workouts throughout the week. We'll leave one day off, say it's Sunday, and we'll split them between conditioning and strength training. Let's start with conditioning. We could do 3 30-minute runs on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we could do 3 30-minute strength training sessions on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, the next question that comes up is, what do I do in those strength training sessions? And I'm a firm believer in keeping everything super simple. Even if you don't have a gym membership, you can order yourself one of those adjustable dumbbells or get yourself a pair of kettlebells, and you can focus on 4 exercises: squats, deadlifts, shoulder press, and bent over rows. You can do 3 sets of 10 and do that workout 3 times a week. For the conditioning piece, you could do 1 hard run and 2 easy runs. And with those 6 sessions combined, that's going to get you to 180 minutes of moderate exercise and including your strength training. Now, one of the things to think about too is that this exceeds the minimum requirement of 150 minutes of your moderate exercise and 2 strength training sessions a week. Super easy to fit into anybody's schedule. And I put 2 links below of 2 different options of adjustable dumbbells that you could purchase and have at your home. So the purpose here is I don't want folks to feel like they have to get the extravagant gym membership or get a personal trainer. We can keep things super simple for the folks that work those super long hours with a good pair of dumbbells. Number 2, knowing when to increase intensity or weight throughout your programming. Now, this will fall into the category of maintaining your fitness regimen, because if you don't know when to go higher or lower, this is also known as progressive overload. And progressive overload is when you either increase your power, your strength, or your speed in the running world. For the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on strength training here. And I like to think in 3-month cycles. So if we have 3 months, there's 4 weeks in each. That gets us 12 weeks total. That can get us 3 mini cycles within a full cycle here. And we could break it up by power, strength, and muscular endurance. With power, we would focus on 3 to 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps. With strength, we would focus on 3 to 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And with muscular endurance, we would focus on 3 to 5 sets of 15 to 20 reps. After that 12-week cycle, we can take a 1-week recovery week where we look at our volume, which is sets times reps, and divide that by 50% to ensure that we allow our body some time to rest, and then we can jump right into another cycle of power, strength, endurance. This is a great way to rev the body up, give it some time to deload, rev it right back up. That deload week is super important. It's actually something that I struggled with at the beginning of my running career. But what I learned later on was that by taking that week off, I was able to jump back into normal volume right away and then also see performance gains a lot quicker versus if I didn't take that deload week, I would see a plateau in my running, which a lot of people see also in their strength training. So if we zoom out, we think about things in cycles: 3 months, 4 weeks each, 4 weeks on power, 4 weeks on strength, 4 weeks on muscular endurance. Number 3, waiting for the right time or for the stars to align to get started. This is a common challenge that I see a lot of people facing, and it reminds me of a quote that I absolutely love. And that is, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. And it makes me think that health doesn't know if it's a Monday or a new year. Health is health. Your body will respond the moment you start to give it attention and effort. I know with social media, it's super easy to see the folks that have super big muscles or super fast speeds in running and instantly want to get there. I am 100% guilty of that. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is that everything does take time, and to focus on the small wins. We can't get to step 10 without going through 1 through 9 first. We can't bench the heavy weight if we don't start with some push-ups, and we can't run that super fast 5K without walking or jogging first. We all start somewhere, and that's totally okay. I always tell folks to start small and focus on consistency, not perfection. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum compounds. So once you start to get rolling on things, you're going to have these small wins as you keep going, and you'll see these huge improvements from where you were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year from now. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do this annual time trial on Mount Bierstadt, and I've gone from 3 hours to below 2 hours within a matter of 3 years running up a mountain 14,000 feet in the air. I am not the fastest runner, nor will I ever be. But what I do like to focus on is competing against myself and continue to push myself against my previous numbers. And that would be my advice to you, is to focus on your performance, allow yourself the time to grow, and to always remember that today is the best day to start. Number 4, I'm confused by all of the information that gets thrown at me through social media, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We are consistently being thrown so much stuff at us from a media perspective. Should I get into running? Should I get into strength training, CrossFit, hybrid training, functional training? There's so much out there. And before getting into the process, I always tell folks, try a couple things out, see what you like. Some folks love strength training. Some folks like running. Some folks like a mixture of both, and that's okay. And once you've picked one that you truly like, I like to go down this process. The first step is to identify your goal. Do you want to build muscle or do you want to lose fat? We've got to pick one. We can't have our cake and eat it and say we want to do both. There are folks out there that will tell you can do both, and they're lying to you. Step 2 is to develop a plan. So you could either hire a trainer, there's a ton of information on YouTube. You could even comment below and ask me a question and I'll help you out. Step 3, this is the one I absolutely love, is calendarize your schedule. As someone that does work a full-time corporate job, also trains for athletics, and also launching a personal training app, I need to calendarize things to ensure that I have a good structure in place to know what I have to do within that day. And it reminds me of that quote, if you fail to plan to fail. Step number 4 is to find an accountability partner. The key here is to find someone that is unbiased. So not your spouse, your best friend. This could be a coach, a mentor, someone that will ensure that you do what you said you were going to do. Step number 5 is to celebrate the wins, celebrate those milestones of, hey, I worked out 3 times a week. That is a win if you've never worked out before. It could be a metric. I ran a sub 10-minute mile and I started at a 12-minute mile. That's a great win. That's a celebratory win. The key here is to be happy with those small wins because you 100% deserve it. And step 6 is to repeat the process. You can either build upon that goal that you set in place, or you can switch that goal to say, hey, I focused on losing fat here. Now I'm going to focus on building some muscle, and we go down that process again. Number 5, motivation at the end of the day. This is my favorite one because I 100% get it. There are some days where I am just completely dead at the end of the day and don't want to do my strength training. But I always remind myself, I will never regret doing a training session. I've come to peace that not all training sessions are going to be a home run. And that's where we go back to the consistency piece. As long as we stay consistent and get something done, that's far better than doing nothing. That also aligns with those 30-minute workouts that we talked about before. If you feel like you're always tempted at the end of the day to not do your workout, maybe one thing to consider would be to switching those workouts in the morning. And I know not everybody is a morning person, and I totally get it, but hear me out for a second. Couple of reasons why the morning workout might be the best route is, number 1, you got it out of the way. 2, you release serotonin and dopamine, so you're in a much better mood, and you just have this vibrant energy around you that pulls people in. So that's all I'll say on the morning piece. I won't push it, just an idea. Morning workouts might be the right route. So there you have it. Those are the 5 most common challenges that people face when starting or maintaining their fitness regimen. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below. I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.